Hello friend, today we shall discuss about a very interesting topic that, for example, let's assume that you have already have a application server, okay, and you have to decide that whether you need a web server or not. So basically friend, in a scenario where application server already exists, so why we need a web server in this scenario? So today we shall discuss this topic in detail. So basically friend, even though both web servers and applications play a crucial role in delivering the web applications, they serve different purposes and work together to provide a seamless experience for users. So here is a very simple example. For example, think of a restaurant. Here the waiter is basically a web server, takes your order and brings you your food. The chef application server prepare the food according to your order. So both are essential for you to enjoy your meal, but they do different jobs here. Now roles of web server and application server. Web server is basically, just think of this as a waiter in a restaurant. So a web server listening for incoming HTTP request from browsers, like when you type a URL or click a link. It delivers static files like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, images and videos directly to the user browser. If the request need more complex processing, like retrieving data from database, the web server forwards it to the application server. So here comes the role of the application server. Application server, just think of this as a chef in the kitchen. So it proceeds the business logic required to fulfill the request. This includes things like processing form submissions, querying database and applying business rules. It creates dynamic content like user dashboards, search results or personalized recommendations and sends it back to the web server. It offers services like transaction management, security and resource pooling. So this is basically the role of the application server, where the request is complex, like it requires dynamic processing. So let's take an example here of a user interacting with a online store. For example, there is a store of any online store is available and user is interacting with that online store. So first, like a user type www.onlinestore.com into their browser and press the enter. The web server receives the request and checks if it can serve the content directly, like the home page, which is a static HTML file. It sends the home page back to the user browser. The user decides to log in and view their order history. The login form submission is forwarded by the web server to the application server because it requires checking credentials and fetching user specific data. So see, this is here the request become complex because it requires the dynamic processing. The application server processes the login information, verifying the user credentials against the database and fetches the order history. It generates a dynamic response HTML content with user specific order history. The application server sends the dynamic content back to the web server. The web server delivers it to the user browser, whether the user can see their where the user can see the order history. So this is the basically flow here. So basically friend, the question that why both are necessary, the application server and the web server. Basically friend, first one is the separation of concern, means that web server specializes in handling HTTP requests and serving HTTP content efficiently. The application server focus on executing business logic and generating dynamic content. This separation makes each server type more efficient in its specific task. Then scalability and performance, means by offloading the static content serving to the web server, the application server can focus on processing business logic without being bogged down by simple file requests. This division allows the system to handle more requests and scale better. Then the security, the web server can act as a gatekeeper, managing and securing incoming requests before passing them to the application server. This layered approach enhances the overall security of the web application. So this is basically the main difference between the application server and the web server. So friend, basically while an application server is crucial for running the business logic and generating dynamic content, a web server efficiently handles HTTP requests and serves static content. By working together, they ensure that web applications are fast, scalable, and secure. This combination of servers provides a smooth and efficient user experience, with each type of server specializing in what it does best.